What's digging? Max here, back at it with another repair for you guys today. I've got an iPad Air 1. It was given to me by another repair shop. Unfortunately, they've tried to do the charger dock here, if it's going to focus. Come on, come on. Can't get that in focus, let's just skip that. So they tried to repair the charger dock. It didn't work out for them. They swapped it out and tried it multiple times, 3 or 4 times, and they didn't get anywhere with it. So then they called me up and they said, help, don't know what I've done. Could be the charger dock, might not be the charger dock. Let's find out. So let's just get into it. First off, what I'm actually going to do is jump over to my multimeter over here and just make sure what they're telling me is correct. And it looks like it is. It's hanging at 6 milliamp. I've got Muku at the door, wanting to come in and say good day. Come on. They're going to come in. And there she comes. Just give me a sec. Say good day, Muku. All right, Muku said good day. So let's just chuck this one under the scope and see what's going on with it. Chuck you guys so you can have a look. Wowza. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. That is not what it should look like. I'll just grab one here for you so I can show you the comparison of what the original looks like versus what the drama looks like. So this one here is from my donor board. Is from my graveyard, and the one underneath it is from the customer. So pretty much what you've got to do is actually remove, if there is an issue with the charger dock, you've got to heat this up to disconnect, liquefy the solder to be able to disconnect this charger dock along here. They've done that, plus then some, and obviously by trying to resolder it over and over and over, they haven't been able to get it to do what they want it to do. There's me in the corner, so now you can see me. Anyway, guys, what I'm going to do is chuck this into my jig. Because we know the charger dock's gone, we're going to remove the charger dock just so we can see underneath it. Once we can see underneath the charger dock, we'll know whether there's any pulled pads or any other drama with it, and we can go from there. I should know where my jig is, though. Where's my jig? Where is my jig? I found my jig. Took me a bit of time, but we're back at it. So let's just chuck this one underneath the jig. Like I said, we're going to remove the charger dock so we can see what we're working with. Oh, now she wants to go outside. You temperamental cat. See ya. So let's chuck a bit of flux on it. Crank this bad boy up. And we're just going to smash it with a bit of heat. Like I said, all we're doing there is just liquefying that solder underneath it. And then we'll be able to see what we're working with. Bit of a waiting game here. The first couple of times I did a dock, similar stuff. Just takes a bit of use. Just takes a fair bit of getting used to doing these kind of jobs. But everyone's got to start somewhere. No point thinking that this is dodgy or anything like that. I would just probably recommend you practice on stuff that doesn't matter whether you damage it or not before risking customer devices. Myself? But whatever floats your boat. Come on. That last one just doesn't want to give up. There we go. Uh-oh, I see a pad missing straight away. Clean room cloth. Can you guys see that? Not yet. Once I clean it up, you guys will be able to see it. Oh, I'm wrong. Huzzah! I thought that pad was missing. Let's get a closer look. you know what? Despite that charger dock being in 7 ways a Sunday, he didn't rip any pads, didn't pull anything. So it's not even that bad. Shit happens. That's what I reckon. Crapola happens, is what I should say. Clean it up. Just use a bit of shellac. Everyone asks me, mate, what do you put on that? I don't use IPA because it costs too much, where shellac is cheaper. Next, we're going to sort out these pads. We'll just run a bit of flux on here. Bit of flux. Then we need some solder. Oh, bruh. Look at that, mate. Not even oddly satisfying, just satisfying, I reckon. Now, I don't know what kind of solder's underneath that, so because of that, it could be a mix of manufacturers. It might not even be good quality solder. So I'm going to wick it up, and then I'm going to re-tin those pads. Might be a little bit excess, but it doesn't take too long. This is not a long job. Plus, this way, if there are any damaged pads, we will reveal those this way. But I don't reckon there are. He told me it was his 4th or 5th attempt, and the other times have obviously worked out for him. So, like I said, kudos to him for giving it a go. We've all got to start somewhere. Really cool dude. Just a local dude doing his thing. It's actually pretty exciting that more people are getting into it. The micro soldering. I think you've got to with devices, how they're going these days. If you don't get involved with it, all these newer devices that have docks soldered onto them, that are multi-layered boards, if you don't have soldering skill, you're going to be left behind IMO, in my opinion. Look at that. Bit scratched up, but not too bad. What do you reckon? I reckon I'm going to grab a charger dock. What is going on there? I don't like that. It's cut right along it. Yeet that one away. Let's try for another one. What the jig? Maybe I've done something to them. Surely not. Looking dandy. That's all good. So again, bit of flux down. I never know where I put my solder. Should be more organised. Tin those pads. Oh, bruh. It's fancy. Looking schmick, mate. Again, give it a bit of a white. That solder looks, mate, it's good. That's what it is. It's good. It's good. It's good. Chuck over our new dock. Yeah, we can see those nice and lined up. Only a tiny bit of flux here. Don't want to saturate it. I find in this part, in this end of the wick, this end of the stick, this end of the job, line it up, line it up, and get that first pad down. Come on. And get that last pad down. Mate. She didn't really come, but this one did. And that one. And the next one. Now we just repeat that process. It's almost like I've been here before, mate. These jobs, no matter how many times I do them, satisfying as not only to watch myself, but it's just, I don't know, a straightforward repair that you know what's going on. But this is only half of it, remember? So it could have a dodgy charger dock. It might have other damage to it. Once we get a known good charger on it and we can actually check it out, we'll be able to know what we can do from there. Test it up, whack a screen on it, see how we're going. We've only got a few more pads here before we get our answers. Mate, rinse and repeat. One after the other. Methodical. Now let's see if this last one wants. She's having a hard time. Looking good. It's just that last one. Next, I'll grab a bit more solder here. Oh, like we're Bob Ross, just making some nice, happy trees, happy pads. We don't make mistakes here. We just make, what is it? We don't make mistakes. They're just happy trees, happy pads. Lots of happy, happy pads. Bang it on. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. Wipe. That looks dandy. Now let's see what happens when we stick it in our amp meter. Point 0.6. Wow. Wow. Ba-bow. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bow. We're still getting 0.6. So, I think next, what we're going to have to do, Windows Capture, let's make that a bit bigger for you guys. I think what we're going to have to do is open up our iPad Air. We're going to have to look at the other side. And let's just see what's going on with these. So I'm going to test each one of these and see if we've got any shorts or what's going on with them. So put that one back over here. Flip me back to the microscope. Flip this one up. Pull this one over. And our multimeter. I'm just flicking it over diode mode. I'll put one probe on a ground. And then I'm going to see if I find anything dodge. So these two are ground, ground, ground. So we've got a reading, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22, that's a ground. Next one's a ground. Reading, ground. We're good there. We've got an open line. That's a USB connection, so that should be an open line as far as I know. Because there's no USB plugged in, so we won't worry about that one. Next one's ground. I will explain what I'm doing in a sec here. Ground. 1, 2. Next to a ground. So they're both on negative. We're getting negative readings. And these two are as well. So if I flip you guys back, Windows capture, pretty much what I'm doing here is these grey ones, it's not going to let me select, they're negative. So I've got one probe on there being ground or negative, and then each one of these represent a particular line that the charger dock does. So for example, this pad here, number 6, is SPK R AMP R2 out N. So that would be speaker amp R2 out negative, perhaps. And then you've got one over here for P for positive. I don't know. Maybe that is, maybe that isn't. But all I'm doing is putting one probe on ground and the other probe on these to see if we're getting any shorts. And we're not. All these lines, speaker amp, speaker amp, speaker amp, speaker amp, speaker amp. These ones down here are E75, DP, Air 1 con. Not sure. Whatever that means. ACC, maybe accessory. So like you plug in something into the lightning cable. Accessory. DPA, air, whatever. Not sure. PPV bus, USB connection, V-bus. Maybe something to do with power into USB connection. Sure it is, 100%. Anyway. So next up. The plan is, we're going to, now that we've swapped over the dock, we're going to temporarily attach a screen, because that's all we need. We don't even really need a screen at this point, but I'll just skip some steps. We're going to chuck a screen on. Why I'm chucking a screen on, you say? Good question. Because if we switch this one back over to Windows Capture, we'll see this is where the battery connects, positive, negative. So what I'm going to do is chuck you guys back to just the webcam. I'm going to grab my alligator clips here. And I'm going to chuck it onto a negative and a positive. With that one chucked on, let's fire up. So nothing's happening yet. It's just sitting there, so there's no short so far. But if I switch you guys back to our schematic. Oh. Come on. Oh, mate. What have I done? All right, back to our schematic. If we come over to here, this area here is, we've got GPIO. That could be, I don't know what the GP stands for, whatever. IO, input, output, button, vol, down, L. So that's volume down when that's low. This one is bottom volume up when it's low. This one is button SRL L, not sure. And GPIO BTN on off when low. So this just means when that pin is short to ground or connected to that positive pin goes into the negative, it shall turn on. And how we do that is we go back to our microscope. Let's get you guys in focus. Focus! So what I'm going to do is grab my tweezers here and I'm just going to short that area. No, I'm not getting anything there. Maybe these tweezers are janky. Sometimes I pick up the wrong... Oh, we're getting something. So all I'm doing is connecting that button to ground. And then if I flip you guys just to the webcam, it thinks it's booting. Like, we're getting 700 milliamp. You can now maybe hear in the background my power supply's going brrr. Come on. Alright. Let's try this again. But we're going to try a different screen. So I'm getting a booting iPad there. Oh, my fly's undone on the video. Bugger me. Alright. I'm going to use my tweezers again. Prompt it to boot. Hello? Now she doesn't wanna. Maybe one of these became disconnected. Come on, alligator clips. Try that again. We're getting a booting iPad again. But we're not getting a display. I've got an idea. It's booting up. I can see... Oh, come on. It's 100% booting up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug in USB into my PC. Oh, I'm not hearing a Windows. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. So let's confirm if the charger dock's working. How I'm going to do that is I've just switched it off without prompting to boot. And the charger dock will work if it boots when I plug it in via USB. Come on. I'm getting nothing. What have we done? Or not what have I done? What has happened here? So it's not going to be a straightforward charger dock. It's not going to be a straightforward charger dock like we hoped. We were going to let it be a quick repair, they said. It will be a fast repair, I said to myself. So what we're looking for is anything funny here. No signs of excess heat. Oh, come on. Focus, mate. Oh, let's have a look underneath here. The worst part is if it's been overheated. And the other thing as well, there's actually a bend in it. So when it's been taken out, it's hard to see by camera. But there is definitely a bend in that. Uh-oh, you don't want to do that. Webcam and scope. Maybe there's something wrong with my tools, and it's a coincidence. I honestly don't know at this point. I don't think so. They're just alligator clips. All I'm doing now is exposing these just to see if there's anything funny going on here. It all looks above board. So if we go back to our charger dock, back down here, let's start checking continuity between these. Just some microscope in the webcam. Now I've got my multimeter on continuity mode, so I can put one probe on the line and what's going on? Oh, am I looking at the wrong thing there? Ah, this isn't an iPad Air. Do we have a 5th gen? iPad 5th. iPad 5th. Here we are. Ah. Alright. Let's copy that orientation. Now we've got the right it would help if I had the right diagram from the start. So maybe I do have a problem with the board. With the charger dock, I mean. I'll just chuck you guys back to Windows. So this one looks different. So it's all these that I am. If I stop clicking and tapping on OBS, all these that I'm talking about. So I want continuity from there. So I'll flick you guys back. So what I'm talking about is from here. That second pad should go beep, 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 beep. We're good. The next one. They're all good. So we've got no display. So let's flick you guys back. Now, awesome. This stupid, whoops, didn't mean to do that again. This stupid board view doesn't tell us what chip does what. So we're just going to have to guess. We're just going to have to guess. How annoying. But we don't get I don't know why we don't get a draw through our charge dock here. Am I jumping to conclusions? If I'm jumping to conclusions here, I'm going to flip my lid. Alright, charger problem. So next up, let's swap out the TriStar chip, which is going to be this chip just here. At this point, I'm playing chip O Fortune. Guys, I just wasted a colossal amount of time of testing everything, and I bloody got nowhere. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm just going to play chip of Fortune here. And we're going for the TriStar. The reason why we're going for the TriStar is the charging isn't working. Why isn't the charging working? Zero idea. So let's make a happy iPad. Now this TriStar's in an inconvenient spot. So to make it less inconvenient, I'll pop a little bit of tweezers here and I'll begin to heat up. And we wait. And we keep heating up. Come on. This EMI shield's just dramatically in the way of me being able to get to the TriStar efficiently. So because the EMI shield's dramatically in the way, I just heat it up, remove it temporarily, or not remove it, but just pry it out of the way temporarily so I can get to that TriStar. Come on. We're almost there. I know you want to lift up. There we go. Would you look at that? Now we've got access to the TriStar. It is a 610 A38. Make sure I've got one of those. A3B, sorry, not A38. You idiot. And I sure do. a bit of flux. With that bit of flux down, we can now smash it again with the hot air. Come on. Whoopsie. We don't want that filter or resistor. That's a resistor. Come on, baby. You belong there. We want you to stay there. Lovely. I wonder. Could have he? Lol. Anyway. With the tristar, with that tristar removed, we can chuck down a bit of flux. And let's just clean that up. Come on, baby. Let's grab a new one of those puppies. Whoop. Whoopa. And chuck this down. Bloody hell, there's flux everywhere, but oh well, she can deal. Too much Red Bull today. How many Red Bulls did you have today? Blast it again with a bit of heat. Come on. She's good. Let's clean up that chip now that or the board, now that it's cooled down. Wipe. Just using shellac. Come on. Let's see what happens. Come on, the moment of truth. B-R-N-G-O. B-R-N-G-O. Bingo was his name-o. Oh, bruh. Who knew? Let's chuck down a display. Flick this one down here. Oh, come on. Plug in. Plug in. Now again, we'll chuck it on our alligator clips. Let's prompt boot. Well, we've got a working charge lock. Have we got USB activity in the computer? Oops, sorry. We don't. Let's just null it out by trying another display. Oh, can you guys see that? Bah, bah. Another iPad. From iHad to iPad. Bruh. You know, no matter how many times I do this, it always is satisfying. What's happening? Ah, ye old boot loop. Next, I'm going to turn it off. We're going to remove this, remove the alligator clips. Now, some of these iPads are temperamental, and they've got a battery sense line. And because the battery sense line isn't detected, iPad goes no iPad. But if we jam it in, whack it back on charge, and hold it against that battery. Come on. Come on. And there we go. This is a part where it just works the whole time. You get all the way to the screen. I mean, you could say all in a day's work, mate. Fun. It tested me. Charger dock, tristar, boot loop, and then battery sense. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, learned something, all that fun stuff. Give us a like and a subscribe and a share and a bell notification and all that fun YouTube stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks heaps, guys.